Hello guys, what's up? I'm Mohamed Fuad back with another video about programming. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys a couple of projects that I've done so far in my programming life so you can have some ideas to do these projects and improve your programming skills. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay guys, the first project idea that I'm gonna be telling you is some sort of game. You know, some people think that it's for kids and stuff like that, but it's actually really useful and it's gonna really improve your programming skills. For example, here I have a program that runs a game, and I think you've heard the game. It's Flappy Bird. It's not such a hard game to program, but it really helps you to improve your programming skills, especially for beginners. When I was trying to program these, I didn't know how to use Python. I had no idea about it. So I followed some tutorials, messed around with it a couple of times to find out how I'm going to be doing this. You see, it contains object-oriented programming, functions, loops, and much more. So I probably think that you're so interested to see what's this and how is it going to be, so let's just run it. Alright guys, now when I run it, here is the game. It's not a bug. I think that it's a bug, but it's actually not, since here, as you can see, I said that you can pause the game. This is the game in pause mode, and this is the game when it's running. So here is when it's running, and you have to control this bird by pressing the space, and it will jump around. And you see it has a couple of animations as well if you pay close attention to its feathers and stuff. And the goal of this game is actually to prevent the bird from falling down or rising a lot or hitting these pipes. I'm probably sure that you have seen this game before, so yeah, it was really fun for me. As you can see, as we get through these pipes, our score adds, and this is really fun. Now here is what happens when you hit one of these pipes or rise or fall down. It closes up, meaning that you've lost. Alright, the other project that I think is really useful and it's vitally important for a programmer to know is machine learning and AI. Here I have an example of it, which is a simple project, basically a hello world project, if you rather call it like that. And what it actually does is that it basically has these numbers as an array, and here are the numbers for the answers. So basically has a pattern built into it. As you can see, I'll give you 3 seconds to realize it. So if you haven't realized it, then the pattern is this. You multiply the number by 3 and you add 1 to it. So for example here, you multiply 1 by 3, it's going to be 3, and you add 1 and it's going to be 4. We are not telling the machine learning model how it has to realize what the answer is going to be. What we're doing here is that we're giving it some inputs and tell that for this special input, we have this special output, and give a lot of examples, and next time that we give it an input, it's gonna guess what the output is going to be. So let's just run it. See, for example, for the input 20, the output is gonna be 61. So let's just run this. As you can see, I'm using TensorFlow for this project, which is a library for machine learning. This is our machine learning model learning this stuff, and here is the output, which is the guess of our machine learning model. Now the point is that, as you can see, it's not exactly 61, it's 61 point blah blah blah. And the point is that these are all estimates, as you can see. So it's basically saying that the answer is going to be really close to this. So as we give more inputs and outputs, like more data to our machine learning model, the answer is going to be more precise. So now that you have some idea about machine learning, let's jump to the other project, which is really interesting. Alright, this project is one of my personal favorites, since I've put a lot of time in it and learned a lot of new things. So I think you really have to try this as well. You remember the Flappy Bird project that I've shown you? This is exactly that one, but much more advanced. Basically, what we are doing here is that we're generating a couple of those small bears, and those are AI. They're trying the game by themselves and learning how to play the games. That's really interesting for me. So let's just run it and I'll be explaining. Alright, as you can see, we have a couple of bears that are just trying different ways, and what we're basically doing here is that we are letting these bears to try a lot of situations, and the point is that if they fall, if they lose, we're gonna take a score from them, which is that special score is called a fitness score. But if they're successful and they can make it through this stuff, that means that we have to give some treatments to them. So that way they're learning this stuff by themselves. The point is that in every single generation, we're taking the best bird which had made the furthest way, and we're generating the other birds with the same knowledge as the previous bird. So as we get through, these birds get more advanced and can handle the situation much better. Okay guys, the next project idea that I'm gonna be telling you is about networking. Now I think networking is a really good skill for any programmer to know, at least have a bit of taste of it, so they're not a noob in it, and if anyone talks about networking, they know a little bit about it. So let's just jump into my laptop and see what the project is. Alright guys, I have CMD open in front of me, and as you can see here I have two files. One of them is server and the other one is the client. Now if I run it, the server says that it's listening on this IP. I'm not sure if it's okay to show the IP to you or not, but here it is. And if I open another CMD and type Python and client, now I want you to look at here what will happen when you connect the client to our server. Before connecting the client to the server, let me explain it for you a little bit. See here, my laptop is acting as a server, and my laptop is also acting as a client. But the point is that the client could be from any other laptop or PC. But the point is that they have to be connected to the same Wi-Fi as the Wi-Fi that I'm connected to, since I'm using this special IP address to run this server on. So that's basically what's going on. If you want to make it global, you can host your server file in a cloud, and then everyone else can connect to your laptop from everywhere around the world. You can use your own IP public address, but I don't think you'll be comfortable to share your IP address with the whole world. You know what I'm saying? So alright, as you can see, the server is on the left side and the client is on the right side. So when I click enter and the script runs, here in our server side, it says that we have a new connection from this IP address and this port. And now if I type in here, for example, say hello to here it says that hello, we says that, for example, this boy have sent hello, and here it says that message received. If the message is not received by the server, it won't say message received. Something else, see, for example, here I've done something to it so it doesn't receive, and as you can see, it doesn't say message received, and it's just waiting for the server to respond, and the server is not responding here. I basically have disconnected my Wi-Fi connection to show it to you. Alright guys, the last project that I'm gonna be showing you is something that was as a homework for me, and I did it quite well, so I'm gonna be sharing with you. This project is somehow a computer science exam, and it was really fun for me to program it, and it almost took me 2 days, and it's about how many lines? It's about 210 lines, and let's just run it. Like, I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Let's just run it. Alright, here is the project. You enter your name.
Hello Fode.
Wow!
What is 1 in 8-bit binary?
And it's like a voice command thing, and it asks you the questions and you have to answer them, and it's so nice and it was really fun for me. You have free trials for every question, and obviously if you answer the question in the
What is
wrong
1 in
way,
8-bit
it will
binary?
ask it we'll ask it again if it allows me to say. And as you can see, it's 2 times. There are 10 questions, and if you can't answer one or more, it will ask a bonus question at the end, which I think is about when is the time the computer has been invented. Some of the questions were really hard to kind of handle them, since for example, one of them was an explanation question, and for example, you had to talk about the advantage of using hex instead of binary. And the point is that I wrote an algorithm which will check each single word in your sentence that you've put in, and if an special keyword exists there, it will say that this is true and go to the next question. And at the end, it will count what your score is and tell you a special sentence based on that. For example, if you got a 10 out of 10, it will say, for example, good job, you're a nice programmer. If you, for example, got a score less than 6, it will say, shame on you, study more, and have a nice exam at the next time. And it will, at the end, choose 3 different ways of saying bye at random, and tell bye to you. Also, one of the features in it is that it reassures you every time. For example, if you've done a question right, it will say, for example, good job, nice one, or something like that. And it was really fun for me to program it. Okay guys, that was it for today. I hope it really helped you to get some inspirations and some project ideas so you can improve your resume. And if you want any tutorial in any of these, just let me know in the comments below and I'll make one for you very soon. So thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something new, and have a nice day.